And welcome back to another Sunday prep day. If you're new here, every Sunday I prepare my vegetables for the week, and sometimes I prepare a few other things as well. Like today I'm going to make some soup, and I'm going to cook some chickpeas in the pressure cooker. So I'll tell you about my menu while I chop this bok choy. So for lunch, I'm going to have some sandwiches. I have some roast beef. And then for a dinner, I'm going to do some sauerkraut stamppot, which is potatoes mashed with a vegetable, in this case sauerkraut. So I've been doing a stamppot, a traditional Dutch dish, on Sundays lately. So this bok choy is just for the curry I'm making tomorrow for Meatless Monday. And for lunch on Meatless Monday, I'm going to have the tomato soup I'm going to be making in a little bit. But first I'll do the veggies. And I'll probably also use a little bit of this bok choy for a stir fry later in the week. But yeah, so Monday, tomato soup and a vegan curry. And then Tuesday, I'm going to do a spaghetti squash. And I'm just going to have that with some pasta sauce. Just a simple, like tomato and ground beef based sauce. And then Tuesday for dinner, I do 2 Taco Tuesdays. I'm going to make some quesadillas. Let's do some cilantro for the curry. I'm not going to use all of it. On Wednesday, I'm going to do some green beans with some chicken for lunch. I should probably tell you, if you're not a regular here, I'm diabetic and I'm trying to cut down on carbs. So what's easiest for me, I found, is to have low-carb lunches during the week and just regular dinners with carbs. So that basically cuts my carbs in half. And on the weekend I have my cheat days where I have sandwiches, because I do miss bread. More specifically, I miss the convenience of bread. So, and Wednesday for dinner, I'm going to do a rice bowl, I think with some spicy green beans, and just some chicken. And then on Thursday, I'm going to use more of the spaghetti squash and do a stir fry. Just use it as a noodle. And then for dinner, I'm going to have some pasta. I think pasta carbonara, though I could do a Alfredo as well. Because I have cheese, I have milk and cream and some bacon, and we'll just figure that out. Always on Fridays for lunch, I don't really plan it because that's when I use up a lot of leftovers. I do fish Fridays, so it will probably be something with fish, but it could be a stir fry. If I have like some lettuce or spring mix or something left over, I can do a salad, or I'll have some low carb. Well, it's not rice, but it's shaped like rice, but it's 0 carb. I could do that as a stir fry. I can do a bunch of different things. Maybe I'll have some spaghetti squash left over. But yeah, and then for dinner, I'm gonna do some fish and chips. I have some cod in the freezer, and I'll just bread that and put that in the air fryer. And the same with the potatoes. I'll just cut them into wedges and air fry them. I'm just on some onions right now for the stir fries, and for the soup I'll do 1 red onion, 1 yellow onion. For the pasta sauce, onions go into a lot of things. I'll throw some in the quesadillas as well, I think, with some peppers. I don't need it too fine, so I'm just doing half rings. What kind of onions do you prefer? I usually use red, but in some things where I just want to keep a color, like for the soup now, and last time I did a pumpkin soup or butternut squash, then I'll use yellow. But in general, I prefer red. We don't really have Vidalia onions or anything here, so I haven't tried those. Alright, some garlic, basically for the same things as the onions. I'm just doing half a clove. And the quickest way I find is just cut it coarse first, just rough, go through it, and then just run my knife through to get it a little finer. There we go. What else do we have? We have some celery, which is going to go in the soup. And then some carrots, which are going to go in the soup, and then the stir fry, and in the curry as well. So I'll just do 4. These are washed, they're pretty thin, so I'm just gonna keep the skin on. By the way, I always keep them in the fridge with the tops on if I can, because that way they last a lot longer. That basically goes for any vegetable. If you can leave the stem on or the tops, they'll keep a good while longer. Let's see. We have some ginger. Just gonna give that a quick peel. This is also for the curry, and if I have some left over, I'll throw them in the stir fry. So let's just cut it lengthwise first, and then just cut across nice and fine. There we go, another thing done. While we're peeling, I'll peel some potatoes as well. These are for the stamppot tonight. So for the sauerkraut, I'll just saute that a bit while I cook the potatoes. And then when the potatoes are done, I just mash everything together. Sometimes we add zuurkoolspek, which is a kind of bacon, but I'm just by myself, so it was a bit too big, so I opted not to include it. And I'm gonna just have some smoked sausage with it, or rookworst as we call it here. So I do need some potatoes for Friday as well, but I'll just peel those come Friday. Well, actually, I'm not even going to peel them. I'll probably just cut them into wedges. And yeah, the whole reason for preparing on Sunday is that it just saves me a lot of time during the week. I can have dinner on the table in a few minutes. But because I'm not preparing a whole meal, if I want to change anything, I still can. Like if I decide I want noodles or rice instead, or maybe I just want to use the same ingredients to make some pasta, or whatever I want. And it also saves a lot on things like washing up, because I only have to dirty like the cutting board once. And I always plan ahead, so this way I don't have a choice but to use what I've prepared. So no waste or anything like that. And I can plan my meals around what I have left over from other things. So I have some of these cherry tomatoes left over. I'll just quarter them. Those are going to go in my curry. There we go. Then we have some chilies. I'll use that in the stir fry, in the pasta sauce, in the soup. I like chilies a lot. And because these are mild, I'm not going to de-seed them. And then we have some sweet peppers. Again, those are going to go in the stir fry, and I'll throw some in the soup and this pasta sauce. And they'll go in the quesadillas. So I'll just cut them into half rings. And just for color's sake, I have a red and a green one, but they'll be used the same way. Okay, let's just do this spaghetti squash. Now you can save the seeds, but I hardly ever use them, so. Now I'm just gonna roast these in my Ninja Foodi while I work on some green beans. These are gonna go in for about probably like 25 minutes. I'll check for doneness in about 20 minutes. So I'll just bake at 210 Celsius, so that's like 425. I'll do 20 minutes first and then I'll check them. And while that's going, I'm just gonna clean these green beans for Wednesday. Okay, the green beans are done. And while we're waiting for the spaghetti squash, I'm just preheating my other Ninja Foodi. I have two just because I do all the prep on one day. And we're just gonna kind of let that come up to temperature and we'll start assembling the soup. So we'll start with some yellow onion. And some garlic. We have our celery. We'll do some of our carrots. I'll add a little bit of chili just because. A little bit of pepper. Add some salt. And now that all the veggies are softened, we're going to add some tomato puree. And we'll just saute that a little bit. Okay, now that we cook the raw flavor out of the tomato puree, we're going to add a can of whole tomatoes, and we'll add some water. And here I have some bay leaves, and just some mixed herbs. Put the lid on. We'll switch to slow cook. And we'll just do that on high for 4 hours. It will be probably done before then, but we'll just let that go for a bit. Okay, we've roasted our spaghetti squash, and a knife goes in easily, so they're done. And now we're going to use my Ninja Foodi again. I have a cup of chickpeas, and I'll add 2 cups of water. And yes, I'm making a mess. Add some salt. We'll put on the pressure lid, make sure the valve is closed, and we'll do 40 minutes on high. And we're just gonna let the squash cool off, and then we'll shred it. And then when the chickpeas are done, we'll also check on the soup. All right, our chickpeas are done. They're just draining away. I'm gonna use these for the curry, and I'll have some left over that I'll use to do some roasted chickpeas. Never tried them, but I'm curious. I shredded my spaghetti squash, so that's gonna be used for some pasta on Tuesday and the stir fry on Thursday. And then I'm gonna use my Ninja Foodi one more time. I have some venison here that I marinated in some honey, soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, garlic powder, cayenne, onion powder. And now I'm just gonna dehydrate that. So yeah, I just checked on the soup. That's not quite done yet, so that's just gonna sit there in the slow cooker for a bit longer. I'm gonna end the video here, step out of the steam. If you like this, I do this every single Sunday. Sometimes I just prepare veggies, other times I prepare more things like my spaghetti squash, my chickpeas, my soup, my jerky, that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you want to watch more, there's a playlist at the end that should be linked about now. And yeah, please subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye for now.